Hey guys, so in this video I'm doing something a little bit different. I am going to be showing you my full-on eyeshadow palette collection. Now, I already filmed an eyeshadow palette collection like 5 months ago, but I really wanted to do an updated version since I did collect more eyeshadow palettes throughout the months. So if you want to see that, then just keep on watching. So first off, I'm going to start off with like more of the drugstore palette, and then I'm going to work my way up to the higher end palette. So for the lower end drugstore palette, I am starting off with the NYX Smoky Fume. It's something in French, but the Fume palette. And this one is like a smoky eyeshadow palette. It is basically all for the smoky eyes. So I personally never use this. Yeah, I bought it but never used it because now that I look back at it, it doesn't really interest me, but I might do a look with this so that I can like get to using it, because I don't want to just throw money down the drain, you know. But you can make some nice smoky looks with this palette. Next up is the Makeup Revolution London Redemption Palette Essential Day to Night Palette. And you know, I use this palette not that much. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. I do not use this palette a lot, but it does have a lot of nice shimmery colors in here that are perfect for either a day look or a night look. That's why it says the day to night palette. But I personally don't use it like that because, you know, my palette collection is getting bigger and bigger, and sometimes I just forget that it's even there, you know. Next up, I have the NYX Love in Paris palette. And this is just a perfect natural neutral palette for every day. I personally do not use this like I used to. I used to use it all the time, like back in my freshman year, because I had this for like years. But right now I don't really use it because I have so many palettes that have neutral colors and they are better in quality. To be honest, the quality is good, but it's not the best. So that's why I don't really, you know, use it like that. Next up, for the drugstore palettes, I have the Maybelline Blushed Nudes palette, and this is a perfect rosy pink colored eyeshadow palette, and it's perfect for, again, everyday eyeshadow looks. It could be for, you know, prom, it could be for anything pretty much. But I personally do not use it like that. If I really want a nice rosy pink subtle makeup look, then I can go to this palette. Alrighty, so we are going to kick it up a notch. We're gonna kick it up a notch. That sounds so corny. We're gonna move on to the medium to low end. So like the low to the drugstore to medium end products for eyeshadow palettes. So this is an only, well no it's not, it's sold in stores too, but this is from the brand BH Cosmetics, and this is the Take Me Back to Brazil palette. And this is such, oh my gosh, if you guys been keeping up on my latest makeup tutorials, you would see that this palette is featured in pretty much all my latest makeup tutorials, guys. It is such a good rainbow palette, like oh my freaking gosh. This is a good palette, and it's only like what, around $10 to $11, $10 to $12 on BH Cosmetics. And sometimes BH Cosmetics on their website, they have sales. Like frequently they be having some sales, and half the time their palettes are like what, $7. So the palette is very affordable for the quality that it gives, but sometimes the colors can be very patchy and you have to build it up on your eyes. But overall, you know, it's a nice rainbow palette, and it's pretty pigmented. If you wanna like rock a nice festival look, go to Coachella if you live in California. You can use this palette and create a nice, colorful, vibrant makeup look, and it will look amazing because it's so pigmented. Next up, this is also from BH Cosmetics, and this is their Club Tropicana 28 color foil eyeshadow palette. And this is a nice summer eyeshadow palette. I got this last summer in 2017, and you know, when it just launched, I was like, oh my gosh, I've been seeing so many other YouTubers create makeup looks with this palette, and they were looking so bomb, and I just wanted to get my hands on it. And you know, when it came in the mail, I was so excited because it's so colorful, and I was so excited to, you know, make some looks with it. But Unfortunately, the colors, in my opinion, are not that, you know, bright. You have to like pack it on and pack it on. It's very chalky. Like, for example, when you know, take your flat brush or whatever, your finger, and put it on your eyelids, like it's so much fallout. Like, I don't know, this is just my experience. If you have this palette and this doesn't happen to you, maybe you just got a good batch. But in my opinion, me personally, when I go in with my flat brush or with my finger and I apply the shadow, I just get so much fallout all over my face, and it just ruins my foundation. You know, it's a good pigmented palette. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a good, very, very high quality pigmented palette from BH Cosmetics. It's very affordable, but the problem is that it has lots of fallout. But this is for me personally. Next up, this is my favorite, one of my very, very favorite brands of eyeshadow, guys. We are moving on to Juvia's Place. Juvia's Place is such an affordable and amazing brand of eyeshadow palettes, and and it's black owned, guys. Melanin represent. Their palettes are so affordable. Every now and then they have lots of sales that, you know, either it's 30% off their palettes, 40% off their palettes, and I always get Juvia's Place palettes when they're on sale. I never get them full price because they have sales so frequently, and you know, why spend the full price when you can get it pretty much half off? So I pretty much got all my palettes from Juvia's Place either like from like 15 to 20 bucks, and when normally they're like 25 to 30 bucks, and I always get them on a discount. So first one I want to show you is the Juvia's Place Saharan palette, and this one is a nice everyday palette. It has a lot of shimmers, it has some mattes, it has a nice black shade where you can deepen things up and make things more smoky. You know, I use this palette a lot for school, like pretty much almost every day, every other day, if that. The next Juvia's Place palette that I have is the Zulu palette, and this is a nice rainbow palette. If you scroll down into my feed, I have a whole entire challenge featuring this palette where I use all the colors inside of the palette just with this palette. It was a nice challenge and I ended up making a nice look, so go check that out. Click up here. The card should be coming out right now, and you can watch the tutorial or the challenge where I use every single color in this palette. This is kind of similar to the BH Cosmetics palette but less shades, but it has nice rainbowy colors and I really, really, really like it. Next up is the Saharan 2 palette by Juvia's Place, and this is the purple one that they have. This one is a nice everyday palette as well, to be honest, because it has a nice shimmery orangey shade, a nice champagne gold for the inner corner, a nice brown color. You know, it just has some nice colors for everyday looks. So the two blue shades can be like for a pop of color, you know. So this is a nice, good palette, to be honest. I love Juvia's Place's packaging. Like, it has like these exotic ladies in the front, and it just makes it more, it gives us the black culture vibes, you know what I mean? They just rock as a brand, they do. Alright, and the last palette that I have from Juvia's Place is the Masquerade palette, and this is the pink one, and guys, this palette is amazing as well. Juvia's Place is so awesome! And it is, oh guys, I love this palette so much. It is so colorful because it has like the top two rows are all geared towards colorful, bright, vibrant makeup, and the bottom two rows are for neutral eye looks. So that's what I like about this palette. It's versatile. It's mixed together for both bright, bold, and both neutral and subtle makeup looks. Alrighty guys, so we are gonna move on to the high-end palette. So to start off, we are taking the Gwen Stefani, this is just the Urban Decay Gwen Stefani collaboration eyeshadow palette, and to be honest, it's not that good. I never really was into this palette because, I mean, look at the colors. It's the same pretty much. I do like the black shade in there, but besides that, everything in here is whack. Like, no thank you. Next up, I have the Smashbox Cover Shot Ablaze Eye Palette, and guys, I love this packaging. This packaging is awesome, awesome, awesome like a possum. God, I need to stop being corny. I really do. This palette is perfect for everyday looks. I do use this palette I haven't been really featuring it in makeup tutorials, but I do use it to school sometimes. So this is a nice everyday eyeshadow palette. I really do enjoy using this when I do decide to wear it on my eyes. Next up, I have the Urban Decay Shadow Box, and this is a nice colorful palette. I unfortunately lost that little gem or that little charm that was attached to the palette because it fell off. It was featured in one of my videos. I really do forget which one it was, but it was in one of my videos, and it kind of was sad because that's what brought the whole palette together. But yes, this is a nice colorful eyeshadow palette, and it's just, that's all I gotta say. It's nice and colorful. They also have some neutral shades in there, but for the most part, it's a nice colorful eyeshadow palette. I really do like the shade Indo, like that nice emerald green one. That is a very pretty shade. I do like it. Alright, moving on. This is the Tartelette in Bloom palette, and it's a nice everyday, like again, this is a perfect everyday eyeshadow palette. Alright, next up I have the Urban Decay Naked palette. This is the original palette. And this palette is very good for, again, neutral eye looks. You could also do a nice smoky eye with this palette because it has some nice smoky colors towards the end of the palette. I really do like how it comes with a brush. My brush is still in here hidden because I don't really use it like that, but the fact that it comes with a brush is very awesome. Next, I have the Lorac Pro palette. And this is the original Pro palette, and guys, this was my very first high-end palette. I got it when I was 14 years old for my birthday. Yes, this was my very first high-end palette because I was getting really into makeup. Next, I have the Lorac Pro 3 palette, and this is the tan one that they have. I skipped out on the second palette because honestly, I'm not a cool tone person. So if you go onto the Lorac website, it might be there still, but if you go onto the Lorac website and you see the Lorac Pro 2, and it's just nothing but cool tone shades. I'm not a cool tone type of person. I love my warm tones, so that's why I pretty much skipped out on that palette because I'm not into it. I moved to the Lorac Pro 3 because it's nice and warm toned, and another palette that's perfect for everyday looks and natural glam. So yes. Next, I have the Tarteist Pro palette, and when it first came out, I was so hyped. Like, I wanted this palette so bad because everyone was reviewing it in their YouTube videos, and it seems like it was a nice palette for everyday looks, and I just wanted to get my hands on it. And I got my hands on it, and I was using it every single day. I was using it every day to school, and it was one of my favorite eyeshadow palettes. But then I got so tired of it, like, because I was using it all the time, and I think I even used it so much that the shadows like got hardened. Like, it's hard to explain. The colors, they're just less pigmented because I used them so much. The colors are like dull, and I don't know why, because this palette is so expensive. It should not have been like that. I do really like the shimmery shades in the palette. Besides that, everything else is trash. It's trash. Alright, now we're getting into the Morphe palette. So, to start off, I'm starting off with the Morphe 35F palette, and this is the Fall into Frost palette. It is a nice palette for the fall. You know, it speaks for itself. The title speaks for itself. It is a perfect neutral eyeshadow palette. I do need to use it more often. It is so pretty, guys. It has more shimmers than mattes. All the mattes are on the bottom. It's 7 mattes and the rest are shimmers. And they are really pretty, guys. So pretty. They're so pigmented. Morphe always has the most pigmented shades, guys. Next up, I have the Morphe 35O matte. And I passed on the Morphe 35O, the original palette, because I was looking for some matte shades to have a transition color with, because I was always using the same like orangey toned transition color all the time, and I was getting tired of it. I wanted to switch it up. So I just got the Morphe Matte 35O palette because it has so many nice shades perfect for a transition color, and they also have some nice dark shades to deepen things up and some nice nudie shades to set your concealer if you want to. So this is a nice versatile palette. Next up, I have the Morphe 35D palette. And this is the first Morphe palette I ever bought. This palette is perfect for smoky eyes, and that's why I bought it, because I wanted to create some nice smoky eye looks. And I did feature this palette in my first video where I had my new camera, so you can like scroll down. It's like a purple halo eye or something, but I did feature this palette in that if you want to go check out that video. But yes, this is a perfect palette for some smoky eyes, some deep eye looks, and it has nothing but dark shades in it, so that's what, you know, gives you the hint that it's meant for smoky eye looks. Okay, my second to last palette in my collection, I have the Morphe 35B, and I bought this not too long ago, maybe like a month or two ago. And this is the rainbow palette, guys. This is the rainbow palette that everybody uses in their colorful eye looks. It got the whole rainbow in this palette. 35 shades for like $23, so it is very much worth it. This compares to the BH Cosmetics palette. This one is more pigmented because you don't really have to pack on the shades as much, while the BH Cosmetics palette is more chalky in consistency. Last but not least, guys, this is the Morphe 25B, and this is the, guys, I love this palette so freaking much. I got this not too long ago as well. I believe it was last year in the fall that I got this palette. It is a nice, highly pigmented, intense eyeshadow palette. I believe it's called the Mocha, Bronze Mocha or something like that. It's very, very rich in formula and creamy. The shimmer shadows are so creamy. I do really like the shimmers. I do like the mattes as well. It's perfect for everyday glam. You can use it for anything pretty much, but I do love this palette for everyday eye looks. I do wear it a lot to school. There you have it, guys. That is the end of my full eyeshadow palette collection. I didn't even count. I don't even know how much palettes I have. But I hope it didn't come across as bragging, because I did gain these palettes over the years and over the months. I did not just gain all these palettes overnight. So it took, you know, I bought all these palettes with, you know, my part-time job that I saved my money for. So if you think that I'm bragging, I am not in any way, shape, or form. I hope you guys did not think I was bragging, because I did not try to sound like I was. This is just the palettes, again, that I collected over the years and over the months with my own money. Some of the palettes were given to me by family for my birthday or something like that, or Christmas. But for the most part, the palettes were bought by myself with my own money that I saved from my part-time job. I hope you guys enjoyed my eyeshadow palette collection. If you did, please be sure to give this video a huge thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. I am almost at 300 subscribers. Maybe by the time I post this, I'll be at 300 subscribers. I don't know. Probably not, because I grow so slow, but I'm not complaining. Get me to 300 subscribers. I really am so close. As of now, I have 3 subscribers left in order to reach 300. So subscribe away if you liked this video. I really do appreciate when new subscribers come to my channel, because that shows that I am creating content that you guys enjoy and that you guys like. It boosts my motivation to make even more videos for you guys if you subscribe and show me that you like my channel. Also, leave a comment down below what you thought of this video. Did you like my eyeshadow palette collection, or did you hate it? I don't care. Leave some suggestions down below of what future videos I should make. I also do go on Instagram, and on my story I do a poll and ask what kind of videos that you guys want to see, and whatever is most voted for, that's what I make. So this eyeshadow collection was very requested, so you guys should go follow my Instagram. It is at Beauty by Jolie. I'll put it right here where my fingers are pointing, and you guys can follow me and keep up with my posts and my Instagram story and all that crap. Again, if you like this video, give it a huge thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, give me to 300 subscribers, leave a comment down below, and that's all I have to say. Have a blessed day, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye! Because it goes from left to right, day to night. Oh my gosh, I'm spitting bars. Left to right, day to night. Left to right, day to night. Left to right, day to night. Left to night. Okay. Alright. I swear. Oh my gosh, look at my highlight. Ooh, girl. Girl, look at my highlight. What? By the way, I didn't highlight my face, not with a highlighter, but I used Juvia's Place Masquerade palette. I used those 2 bright champagne shades with that nice gold one. Mixed together, and boom, creates a perfect blinding highlight to blind everybody, to blind all the haters, to blind everybody that doubted me.